Have you ever had that burning feeling of regret? You know, the feeling that I should have done more, I should have done this, I should have, if only I've taken the chance, right? Interestingly enough, Daniel Pink, a world-renowned author, has done extensive research, interviewing thousands and thousands of people on the things that they've regret. And he was able to condense that into one book and the power of regret on how looking backwards can actually help us move forward, right? So as usual, I have my 5 key takeaways. Let's start with why is regret actually important and how can it actually make us make better decisions. So the first one is regret can actually help us make better decisions. You see, by looking backward, we are able to move forward in a sense that if we have a specific intention of moving forward, we can convert our regrets into fuel for progress. So if we are able to look back at all of the decisions we've made in life, all of the regrets that we have had, we're able to figure out how can we do better next time, right? By having an in-depth analysis of all of our past decisions, all of our regrets, we are able to dissect and plan ahead. How can we make smarter decisions to help us achieve higher performance and live a greater, meaningful life, right? So regret can actually be beneficial. Depends on how you look at it. So that's the first key takeaway. The second key takeaway is, interestingly enough, after thousands and thousands of interview, Daniel was able to classify regret into 4 key categories. The first one is foundational regrets, and it can be associated with the phrase, if only I've done the work. So people who have regrets, foundational regrets, these are the guys who focus solely or too much on short-term benefits versus the long-term impact, right? So samples here would be, if only I worked out once a week, maybe I'd have, a healthier life. If only I saved uh, a portion of my salary way back in the past, maybe I'd live a more financially secure life, right? It's about overvaluing the now versus and discounting the latter. So it's very important to understand and have a clear grasp in terms of, is the decision that you are making now, does it have a positive impact 10 years down the line, right? So having a clear understanding of this, you would reduce your foundational regrets. The second one is boldness regrets. A statement associated with these regrets are, if only I'd taken that risk, right? So these are the people who fail to take advantage of a specific moment, right? Because maybe the fear of failure, the fear of embarrassment, and so on, right? These are risks or regrets wherein you regret not being bold enough to take that risk, or the inaction, not taking advantage of a specific moment and regretting that specific opportunity. So it's inaction versus actually taking the action. In studies show that people regret not taking action versus doing it and then regretting it later. Mainly because there's always that thought of the what if. What if I took that risk? What if I, mustered up the courage to approach the girl I just met that could have been my future wife, right? So these are boldness risks. The fear of, not taking action or maximizing the moment. The next regret is moral regrets. So statement associated to moral regrets is, if I've only done the right thing, right? These are regrets pertaining to deceit, infidelity, betrayal, theft, and so on, right? If only I've done the right thing. So for example, you may have, if you're in school, you may have regretted, you know, cheating in an exam, mainly because you weren't able to maximize your learning in that specific subject, which you eventually need further down the line your career path, right? So if only you've done the thing, may it be cheating an exam, infidelity in a relationship, and so on and so forth. So clustered into more regrets of whether or not you're doing the right thing. And lastly is connection regrets. So this is the last classification of regret. A statement that can be associated here is the if only I'd reach out. So a lot of people who regret these are, if only I reached out to my family, long distant family member, I wouldn't have regretted, losing that bond, that relationship with him or her. There's other classifications with connection regrets. These are closed door regrets, wherein you know you can no longer alter this. For example, if that specific person you've lost touch with, uh, it has passed away, so you're not able to reconnect with that person. These are closed door regrets. And open door regrets, these are regrets that can still be changed. However, there's that fear of awkwardness that maybe or not that person, may have already forgotten me. We aren't that close anymore. So the fear of awkwardness of reaching out. So again, a lot of people regret, connection regrets, and if only you'd reach out. So in essence, regret is such a powerful tool by having an understanding in terms of the things that most people regret in the past can actually lead us to a positive path wherein the things that we regret, we can get the opposite of that to live a better and more meaningful life. And with that, that's my 5 key takeaways from the power of regret. If you like this summary, I do one summary every Sunday. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go to youtube.com, search Paulo Balinas, and I do one book summary a week. And thank you and have a great day. Thank you.